that while I was effed out.
Is this your lighter?
No, sir.
Out of fuel?
I found it and I gifted it to you to see if it would dry out and work, but it must be out of fuel. I tried shaking it, but I couldn't tell. If you do the shake test, you will know.
I tried to refuel one time because I heard that there's a place where people do stuff like that.
I think you gotta refill it from the nozzle.
And I discovered that it was a horrible, horrible idea, and I'm never ever gonna do it again.
Because you got it all.
That's what I discovered.
Did you light yourself on fire?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
I absolutely didn't. I did a safety test and discovered that it wasn't safe whatsoever. I just said no. I took that outside and discovered that no, that is in fact a skill. A genuine skill. And that it isn't that easy to do. And I was thinking, why am I doing this? I know, I wanted to recycle, but I'll recycle something else. You know, anything explosive, you know. I'm making beds and shelter for the current residents of the Starlight Drive-In.
So we're on the topic of cultural emergency. What is cultural emergency? Does culture need to be preserved? Does culture need to be revised? Does culture need to be improved? Is culture and tradition the same thing? I always find it interesting at there's different places. You've got different cultures. You go to a festival, and it's just madness. I'm not even going to go into what happens at festivals, but it's just rampant debauchery, and it's insanity, and it goes on nowhere else, in no other facet of life, and it's what I'd call, in psychological terms, a fuse breaker, a circuit breaker. I think, just from like a law enforcement side, they see it as a church, a school. They're kind of their self-ran institutions, and their cultures are very unique, and they may have different policies that don't align with the legalities of common Earth, common USA. I don't know exactly how to say that, but I'm watching this game here. It's very, very interesting. Schlitzen. I'm not sure who that is. Health and hygiene. Thank you for dropping a message in the chat. Well, I think it's time for a little snack. I may head out of here. Turn this into a scooter cam. Preserve society. Yeah, exactly. What do you mean exactly? You should be outraged. Preserve what society? When we need to improve society, right?
That's up to the people who choose to participate in that. But like I said, it's the 21st century, and all tradition through time becomes a form of limitation. And the question isn't necessarily what are we preserving, but what are we limiting ourselves to? So it goes both ways. I mean, I say, yeah, sure, preserve, but also encourage new things. And appropriation has always been how culture's changed and grown. I mean, if people were worried about cultural appropriation in the Stone Age, would any of us have survived the Ice Age? Without, sharing skills and traditions and stuff. Just saying. So I say yes to both.
True. No, it's an
Preserve
interesting
culture.
topic. It's a brand new thing. I mean, I brought up an example of some white people that started a burrito stand in Portland, ended up getting shut down because they had in a bad spirit appropriated, taken wisdom from some native Mexican food makers, burrito makers, to be specific, and basically stole their ideas. And it was such a big outrage. I don't know how legally it went down, but they were forced to shut their business down just out of the outrage or the public outrage. So I don't know if that was just they crowdsourced this person out of business, or it was kind of legally shut down. But there's been an outrage, and it's a recently new phenomenon, and so it's just it's a hot topic. It's a hot button topic. I like to talk about it because it's a triggered kind of loaded word, and it bothers a lot of people. Neo is very strong. Doesn't bother him at all. He has very strong belief of all cultures can hybridize, improve through adapting people's skills, cultures. But then I say I'm saying tradition and culture are totally different, but they're combined. There's a Venn circle of overlap. But I want to believe that you can respect someone's culture, but you may refuse to respect that person's tradition, and not be the same level of intolerance. And that if you're intolerant of their culture rather than their tradition, then you could really become a toxic person to your society or other society. We're limiting ourselves to the internet. The internet isn't even real. We can connect ourselves, nature, any higher force through it. We can't connect ourselves through any force. You notice people don't even want to travel around the world anymore because they can see voyeur cams of foreign places at their house. Exactly.
I kind of like that.
Exactly. You can test a country out, or a climate, or a geography. When I go outside, I feel like I'm sharing that the weather update, the just what it's like, and it's not just some studio space that's behind a green screen where I'm pretending to be wherever I'm at. It could be. Looping outdoor content or something behind me, though. That would be good.
Hey, Tigger. All of the birds have
Hard T in the chat, boys.
attracted Tigger. It's one of our feral cats out here in the jungle.
Hard T, living life on the...
Those blackberries are their cat jungle there.
And along the lines of visiting places, I think people are actually visiting places because of the videos that they see. I'm going to argue devil's advocate there. Not to mention, there is what Fox News calls the watchers. We have become a watcher society, a consuming society. And to be the creator on this side of the camera rather than the other side of the camera, I feel like is a difference. But at the same level, there's what I've been told by everyone around me, that there's a narcissism in streaming just by itself, because of me being on the phone for just yet another moment that I'm not sharing with real time interaction. So I'd say people are going to places because they... Oh, man. Am I glitching out? Saying my bit rate's wrong. There we go. Unfrozen. People are visiting places because of the videos, but at the same time, I think they're being misled by the majority of what I'd call sponsored or featured content about a place. They're going to try to shine that place in the best light ever. If I went to Hawaii again, I would show the amazing drastic difference between going to a beach. My initial reaction to Hawaii, I went into a beautiful resort beach, and they were all just cut, side by side. One resort owned one part of the beach practically, and you felt like you weren't even welcome at one part of the beach. But then you went inland, and it felt like Mexico. It felt like Mexico. So let's preserve, the whole of the island, not just the beach. Like, I went inland, and I felt like there was a peace. I don't know where I'm going as far as that, but I was like, whoa! I've never seen this side of Hawaii. I've never seen that side of Hawaii at all. It looked like Arizona. It felt like going to Mexico. It was really interesting. See the places. Oh, it's 2 days. Just a detailed drawing. That's true. People feel like. I think people feel like they can. Oh, did I F it out? I think people feel like they can say, oh, I don't want to go to that place, and other themselves from even a place by saying I don't want to go to that place because of the video or the way it's projected or so on. So I should finish my freaking book here. You got internet and a keyboard. I figured out how to do it on my phone, but it's a little bit of a pain in the ass. I should do it on my phone for the meme. Yeah, I wrote this book on my phone, y'all. CX Bible update. It is almost done. People will be normies no more once they read the CX Bible. Thinking about just leaking it as a Google Docs public document. But yeah, maybe not. I think it's going to be a little piece of merch, and can be added in. Also, video games limit us false sense of superpowers, false sense of overcoming one's shortcomings. I hope people are think that they're superheroes and they go skateboarding and they actually learn what it's about. That would be awesome. Or realize, whoa, it's going to take so much work than I ever thought. Like, I better get started right now and have a sense of emergency. Have a sense of emergency, man. Nice. Took me a minute to figure out what that was.
I don't know what all these are. I don't want to open this is. Oh yeah, these are of the different trailers.
Health and hygiene. Do you skate? No, I hear what you're saying though. Yeah, like, oh, I gotta take the perfect vape rip. I gotta take the freaking shotgun a beer, and then I gotta watch a skate video, and I gotta go to like my local skate shop. I call it my local LBS because I'm like local board shop, yo. Like, I know, like, I don't buy stuff online because like it hurts the LBS, yo. And I gotta go to my local board shop, like, get a quick critique on my kickflip, see if I got, show them my proper land now. I got used to this new board, and we're gonna watch a little more skate videos over there. And then I might hit the local park if it's not raining by then. That's, I don't know what I was trying. I was memeing right there. I don't know what I was trying to meme, but yes, there's the people that, and then it's like, no, like that person, like to continue that meme, that person wouldn't go to the local skate shop or go to the local skate park. They'd be like, oh, I'm just gonna rip some street, dude. I only skate street, bro. I never skate the park, bro. Like, I've been to the park before, but that shit sucks, man. I just skate street, man. I'm stacking clips. I'm stacking clips. And that person ends up, like, looking for, like, a group of people to go skate with. And it's like, I don't know, some weird, like, some weird thing, you know, like, where they're like, oh, I need the perfect group to go skate with, dog. Oh, man. Trying it themselves. We do about this, Austin. You used to skate in the 90s and the early 2000s. You know, I tried to develop my skill. I had a chance to net then. I'm not the best at that kind of technical skill. No worries, no worries. I had, yeah, I mean, like when I go skating, I go, like, in an afternoon or something, and then I'm just like, oh my god, there's so many people in my way. I've heard it's super, super crowded the last couple days, too, because the sun's come out. People are kind of back from school, vacation shit. They got their new boards set up. It's been nasty out forever, and now it's like just a bunch of dry patches come out at the skate park, but most of it's still ice all day long. Just actually for the last day. I feel bad for kids who got a Tony Hawk virtual skateboard when they were 7 to 12. Ah! I don't think that's anything like skateboarding. Oh, that's funny. I feel bad for, top comment right now. I feel bad for kids who got a Tony Hawk virtual skateboard when they were 7 to 12. That was a comment from Health and Hygiene. He's a streamer, a creator. If you guys check out Health and Hygiene, even in the VOD, you can click his name and go to his channel and sub up. And you can do that during the live VOD. You can do that during the published VOD. So feel free to follow other creators. Long story short, we're at the TECHNOMADS streamer house, just kind of spawning off some conversations about cultural things. Interesting thing relating to cultural emergency and skateboarding. How about cultural skateboarding as a culture? It's like $1 billion industry right now. And people have been fighting it as a culture, and now I'd say finally 2019, it's been around for 30 years, and isn't questionable as far as a culture. It is a culture now, and it's being celebrated worldwide.
People make money.
I think it was Vice News, maybe even, was saying skateboarding in Nigeria or something right now, in a very remote African place. Sorry, I don't have the fact on which African country that was. I think it was Nigeria. How it is impacting the local economy, how it is impacting the local cultures, and just as far as keeping people out of trouble, I think it's one of the biggest things. One of the biggest things out there. Skateboarding, you know, people are traveling the world skateboarding, trying to get the craziest places. How many skateboarding videos have I seen of people going to, like, Brazil and going to, like, really just awesome places, but also, like, impoverished places. And it's interesting to see how they give back in a positive way, because I feel like they're treated like superstars there. Brazil specifically is a huge skateboarding culture. So TBH, what's TBH, Neo? To be honest. Okay, to be honest, I think you're a good streamer. I think you might need to stoop to a lower level to get donos, though. Yeah, as far as donos, yeah, this isn't always what that's about. I think this is just the best platform. I'm on Streamlabs, so I might as well sync up donos if people want to troll. 99% of donos are trolls. But long story short, if you wanted to post a relevant video, you could post a relevant video and put it in the chat. Put all kinds of stuff in the chat. Because the current creative generation is really perverted, bro. Yeah, no, honestly, everybody wants me to do the sleep streams. And everybody wants me to, like, be as scantily dressed as I probably possibly can in a sleep stream. Let's be honest, like, that's more content than not. Like, dude, when I do a sleep stream and I'm under the covers, it's so boring. Like, I honestly, like, I'm not opposed to streaming in my boxers above me, but, like, I'd honestly be really worried that, you know, something would leak. You know, I would pop out of the little hop dispenser, whatever you call it, the little sleeve. You know, but long story short, you know, like, I don't want to go to the level of prostitution, and I think if I did boxer sleep streams every day and had a boner or something, like, dude, like, even if that's what people want, like, that's not necessarily what this channel is about. So, yeah, long story short, if I lived in a hotter place, I'd probably be doing a lot more sleep streams without blankets or some shit like that. But long story short, dude, I haven't been able to get warm enough into a warm enough place. Iceberger, EBZ, and Brandon are all pretty careless. They drink a lot. It's the only reason they get attention. Drinking a lot gives them their attention. I guess I could. Yeah, people do want to see what the effects of alcohol are on people. It's kind of sad that salmon can't handle a beer. I want to stream snipe salmon and have a beer with him, but he doesn't drink beer at all. I can't believe that that logo, dude. That logo is like Soul Paddleboard's logo. But Soul Paddleboards, I think, might have grabbed the logo from Tiva, so I don't know. Also, they smoke a lot. Yeah, they like to see a lot of smoking and drinking content. And smoking and drinking content is all good. It's all good. Current weather out there is pretty typical. It's good content, but there's enough people doing smoking and drinking content that it's just kind of like, you might as well just kind of hone it in to letting the few people that really just want to make that their content. But it's a tricky world on YouTube with kind of how that's displayed, how that works. I mean, really, are you wanting to affect people in that way? I saw it in the past when I've smoked on stream as I was never able to get like my hands on like High Life magazines, and if I did, I don't know, it was just something that was like unwrongly like coveted, or just, you know, not coveted, but like you know, it was just content that wasn't readily available or regularly available or anything, and it was something that I felt like shouldn't have been hidden or kept back. And I think, to be honest, our local library, I think, has High Life magazines now available, so like anybody could get them. I don't know if they make you be 18 or something to check them out. They might have something like that saying that you need to be age verified. But to be honest, I don't think that shit should be age verified. If people want to look at that and they're mature and under whatever the number is that's been set, that they should be able to like at least educate themselves, even if something, you're allowed to educate yourself on alcohol if you're like 2 years old. Like, I mean, someone could tell you about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't need to shelter people to the point of them not knowing about it. I mean, how old's my son? Like 2, and you can say marijuana and like a lot of other words, like oh my god, it's not that he's been trained to say that, but he's just picked it up. It's been a word that's been out there, and like, who's to say I don't know, one topic's bad or another topic's not bad, but anyway, CX to everybody coming in. Looks like things are kind of settling down. I'm gonna get on the CX Bible, try to get that into a printable format here as soon as possible. I got a few ideas for pictures that I want to be kind of put in there. I want to have like a disclaimer at the beginning that's like the Reddit quarantine disclaimer. Are you sure you want to proceed? This community is 18 plus and finds offensive material content. Yeah. Welcome everyone's coming. Thank you for watching live, not live. Be sure to join the Discord. If you want to support the stream, go ahead and subscribe. It's free. It's good times. So let's replay health and hygiene's subscription here. Oh, thanks for the sub, health and hygiene. That was health and hygiene actually subscribed 12 days ago. Probably came from Ewoks. Yeah, that was an old sub that I just rolled through just to be funny. So I don't know. I guess I could just take you guys right off the door. Meanwhile, at the streamer house,
I'm just out of it.
Ivan still hasn't come home. Oops. Second Life. Wow, I'm surprised at that logo.
I was just seeing what it does.
Okay, I'm gonna get on the scooter. I'm gonna change the title. I'm gonna change the thumbnail. I'll be right back.